Hello everyone, it's Charlton. Please subscribe to my channel, tap the notification bell. I'd appreciate it majorly. So, it's pretty crazy for sure of a military helicopter being shot at from the ground, and this is both media reports and the military have put out a statement or said shit that's the case. I'm not starting over. All right, so this happened around noon today. 12:20 p.m. is when the Manassas Regional Airport basically got a call saying that a military helicopter was on its way for an emergency landing and paramedics were on the way. Apparently, I don't know if it's multiple bullets. It just says it was struck by a bullet, so it was probably shot at maybe multiple times and one struck it. I don't know, but it injured one of the pilots as well, maybe in a pretty minor fashion. He says he was treated in non-life-threatening or non-threatening injuries. Was treated and released. The pilot who wasn't identified. It was a UH-1N Huey helicopter, which is similar to that right there. I don't know if the year, make of that exactly. Same thing here. I assume, it was right around noon or not long before 12:20 when they received the call. I think initially, I don't know if it was, I saw a report that it wasn't going to go to Manassas Regional Airport, and then it did, in fact, end up going there. It's from Joint Base Andrews, where that's where it's normally housed, and I guess took off from, and that's where Air Force One stays and is maintained. It's I guess Marine One as well, and I assume that's where the president lands, on Air Force One, then goes to Marine One, then goes to the White House, These types of helicopters typically transport high-level military personnel, civilian leaders, etc. I guess congressmen and senators. It's based at Joint Base Andrews, is right, outside of Washington D.C. Here is where it was. It was flying over the Middleburg area, a town in Virginia, when it was struck by the bullet. It was flying at about 1,000 feet. And this is about 10 miles northwest of Manassas Airport, Manassas Regional Airport, where it ultimately made an emergency landing. And there's some population there in Middleburg. It's pretty much impossible to have any idea where, it could have come from anywhere in this area, I assume, not necessarily from, near the houses, but who the hell knows. And then Manassas Regional Airport is not far from Joint Base Andrews, but it's interesting, like when you actually even put that in there, it goes dark on you, I assume for security reasons. You're not allowed to see the satellite image of that because of Air Force One and so forth, and for the security of the president and others. So, but I think McClatchy was the first to report this. And, that's the extent of what's known so far. I assume, the FBI has been, is involved heavily. And, I'm fairly certain they're going to track this individual down, whether it's just some total crackpot or if there was this, that this person thought there might be a very important military leader or civilian leader in that helicopter or what. I don't know. It's totally crazy. Absolutely bizarre, So, very quickly, an Air Force helicopter was forced to make an emergency landing at a Virginia airport Monday after someone shot at it, injuring a member of the crew. Local and military officials told McClatchy the UH-1N Huey helicopter is assigned to the 1st Helicopter Squadron at Joint Base Andrews. It was flying at about 1,000 feet off the ground when at about 10 miles northwest of Manassas Regional Airport when the incident occurred. The Air Force said the injured crew member was not identified, was treated at a hospital and released. Initial findings are that the helicopter was struck by a bullet, resulting in a minor injury to an air crew member and damage to the aircraft. The Federal Bureau of Investigation is looking into the incident. The FBI dispatched special agents and its evidence response team to the Manassas Airport after receiving reports that a helicopter was shot at from the ground nearby. Officials at Manassas Regional Airport said they received a call at about 12:20 p.m. alerting them a military helicopter was inbound and that paramedics were on the way. said Airport Operations Officer Richard Alabaugh. A second airport official said the injured Air Force crew member was taken to a local facility for treatment, etc. FBI Washington Field Office is working jointly with our law enforcement partners, including the Air Force Office of Special Investigations, to determine the circumstances surrounding the incident. One individual in the helicopter sustained a non-threatening injury for which he was treated and subsequently released. Joint Base Andrews, which is home to Air Force helicopter and fighter squadrons and the presidential aircraft, Air Force One, said had no further details to release. And that's pretty much the story there. I mean, well, I just read the whole thing, for goodness sakes. But I don't know. It's weird, you know. It made me think of that shooting incident that happened during one of Trump's press briefings, you know. And I don't even know. I briefly looked it up real quick, but it seemed to be totally, you know, some kind of incidental thing that had nothing to do with the president. But I don't know. I mean, these two incidents so close to each other seems kind of strange to me. And that's the story there, man. Thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe to my channel. Give me a like down below. See you in the next video. Later, man.